You have now entered the strange dimension of the Mop Swingers. Chapter 8. Shift 3456. Peter sulked, dismayed how some negligent mechanic could leave the Zamboni. The machine needed to recharge. It wasn't entirely run by magic. He was fairly certain. So he had to mop the Sahara-sized garage. He knew the sun would be at her peak by the time he was leaving. Luckily, his headphones and trusty boombox were there to keep his mind off the misery of this manual labor. He was a trained director, reduced to the state of a bum. He listened to Ennio Morricone scores. Their epic nature fueled his imagination with glorious movies he would conduct like Beethoven. Someday. It couldn't be that much longer. He watched with amusement. The daytime employees treated the kitchen like a petulant child. They even pulled the shelves out. You went to put it back together again. It would be hard to shoot without anyone getting into frame. Peter gagged through the waves of toxins. I think that would be a fun challenge, very possible, kind of like a reverse production value. For you, control of your levels of nausea had become a martial art. You plan to write the principles down in a book one day. Like your hero, Bruce Lee. Yeah, I guess a lot of paths in Detroit don't have tons of people walking around. Peter used a wrench the size of a jackhammer to turn the rusted dial to unleash the water from the demon-possessed hose. He wrangled it as best he could, but his uniform still got soaked. I was driving on Cass downtown with that in mind. I counted plenty of 10-second stretches that I could keep a clean frame without anyone. What does the ending mean? I don't know. Could he be dead? I can only find the answer by asking the question, or make it like The Long Goodbye, where he is chasing that lady in a convertible. You swept some cupcakes from under a desk from 1984. The mold was a new, dangerous form of species. You caught a break when the vacuum tore it to shreds before it could do much harm. I was thinking, who would be a good actor to play Max? The Cadillac next to the work van asked the mop swingers to pass over the smoke. Peter left them wanting. I think Jeff Daniels would be a good idea. He plays a good... Well, he did a good tough guy in that movie Looper. You pretended you were hitting a home run with your mop stick. I'll see you when the Angels win the pennant. Peter pretended to take off his non-existent baseball hat to watch the ball sail over the fence. I was trying to picture how they would act that scene where he has a gun to Sawbuck's face. I'm not sure if old Jeff Daniels could pull that off. That does remind me, Sandlot was a real Top Gear film in terms of like 24-hour party people. Most of the time at the job, the safety instincts of the generations worked on overtime just to keep you from becoming paralyzed or burn the place down or both. Just tell him to do what Denzel did for the entirety of training day. The tampon dispensers needed emptying again. You braced yourself for the usual horror show. But some things in life there was no preparing for. Your hand suffered a bite. Instantly the bin started shaking. A rat found its way inside. No doubt about that. You feared this day would come, but it never did, so you forgot about it. But there it was. I was thinking Jeff Daniels, but now I'm not so sure. You brought in the hose. The beast needed to be drowned. The rat screams would forever haunt your nightmares. Not to mention they had a whole other kind of mess on their hands. You wiped stains off the walls, then off the ceiling. Your last day in the Life Elvis movie. That will bring us home the gold. Peter did a quick handstand walk down the hallway just to see if he could. He used to be able to do it no problem, but age was gaining on him. Oh yeah, the relationship I thought should be spelled out more. When I was working on the script yesterday, it's a weird relationship between Max, Sawbuck, and Doris. Peter waited for his brother to finish his part of the job. And so, growing up, Max and Doris were, together? After a few attempts to copy Peter's handstand, you gave up. I think I got some of that during that scene in the diner. You took on the unpleasant task of cleaning the mechanic's bathroom. You were aghast to find what appeared to be a supernatural floater. You covered your eyes in the way someone does when they see someone naked they really did not want to see naked. Peter tossed you 2 pairs of rubber gloves. Make sure you put the gloves on. Don't attempt anything without the gloves. You tried to put them on too fast, and they kept getting stuck on your fingers. We are surrounded by savages. Peter attempted to banish industry people at dinner parties in Los Feliz from his mind. The enemy is indeed at the gates.